Bebop, got it on lock. Check your wristwatch. Tick-tock, time for lift off. You hear the stars calling.
Microphone check 1 2 1 2. Welcome to the Bebop Boys podcast, where we talk about movies, anime, comic books, and all types of fly shit.
I wanted to do the intro.
Oh, go ahead.
No, fuck it. No, it's it's already done.
Well,
no, we can't go back.
The intro.
No, yeah, that is absolutely correct. Nobody said anything about the intro.
We said we were rolling.
Bienvenidos a todos. Bienvenidos a la Bebop Podcast. Donde hablamos de anime, comic book.
You got one day. Tomorrow. You got tomorrow. You can hold it for one day. For one goddamn day.
Mexican.
Then you can do it all tomorrow.
You're
all
just
you want
being
to.
racist.
What?
Yo, I'll never fucking forget that time we went to fucking brunch so we could talk about making that movie with Max and Lear. Everybody's talking and Lear whispers like, "Hey, happy Cinco de Mayo." Bro, this is such a fucking dickhead, bro.
I will get Mexican food tomorrow then.
Thank you for
I was thinking.
Yeah,
when
go
I left
ahead,
here,
get your fajitas.
Vegeta.
I
your
was like
tacos.
trying to find a taco truck. I want some birria tacos.
There's gonna be fucking food trucks at Comic-Con this year.
Oh, it is?
Yeah.
There was
There was
food trucks last year.
Yeah.
Were there outside?
Yeah.
Oh shit!
Fucking,
There
what
was
the
some
fuck was I
indoors.
eating that stale
Steve
ass
from
food?
Blue
And then who
Tooth
was
will be
looking
there.
for elephant ears and was on a mission for that shit?
Nah, I wasn't looking for elephant ears.
That
I was
sound like
looking for
some-
plain donuts. I don't give a fuck about your looks.
No, I remember what you said. I can't remember.
Oh yeah, because you're going to the shipping code thing. That's an odd thing to travel fucking 3 hours for.
Hey, bro, he
That's
want to
pretty
do
good.
whatever his girl wants, he does.
Hey, you got to make your girl
Hey,
happy.
I just saw.
Don't forget. I talked
What was
to
the name
you
of that movie? Baby Girl. I think it's the name of the movie with Nicole Kidman.
My girl said that shit looked stupid
What,
as fuck.
was she taking care of some kids? She always taking care of some
She
kids.
had
Yo,
kids.
y'all didn't even-
She always play like lately. She's been playing like middle-aged, unhappy housewife. And like she did it again in this one, and that's why I sent y'all the text message. Make sure your
gotta
girl
relate
happy
to her audience.
because she'll cheat. Because that's what happened. She cheated on her husband, played by
Girls
Antonio
have cheated for
Banderas,
less.
with her subordinate, with her like intern, and like they went into like a BDSM relationship or whatever.
Oh.
It was wild, huh? Like,
Yeah,
he just
if
gonna-
I
gonna
lose,
cheat.
if I lose my bitch
But
to
like
an intern, I
she was trying
probably
to
do
tell before she cheated, she tried so hard to get her husband to like screw
Can you
her.
imagine how many bitches are watching? I'm sorry. Let me take that back.
Oh yeah.
Can you imagine how
Yeah,
many
good
women?
job. Look at you.
Wait, what was the issue? What was the issue? Why you just say it over again? I'm not understanding why you stopped. You said it with less vigor.
So terrible.
But
anyway,
what was the reason?
Yes.
Can you imagine how many
I
women
cannot stand Jalir.
like are like sneak dissing
Oh.
with that movie, making their husbands watch it with them?
Yeah, that's
And
wild.
side-eyeing.
Because like it's so
That's probably why they wrote
she
it.
told him.
And the nigga just texting while he watching the movie like, yeah, man, I seen that shit.
Yeah, this is crazy.
No, you about to lose that
I
bitch.
watched.
Can we put the game on?
Yeah, it's because she told her husband a few times, "Hey, how do I want to be?" Like she wanted a little more aggression.
Put a little finger in the butt.
She does. She was like putting her face over the blanket and like kind of wanted to be like smothered. While
Oh, she wanted a Dutch steamer.
A
She
Dutch
wanted
oven.
a couple
Dutch oven, yeah. Sorry.
She wanted a couple things from her husband. From her husband,
Dutch oven is.
and he wouldn't do it. He said it feels weird. He was like, I feel like I'm disrespecting you.
Yo, that's gay.
That's what
And
she
then-
wants.
And then she meets this little white boy. Now, mind you, her Latin husband is like, no, I don't want to do that. And then she meets this toxic ass white boy, and he's like, come drink the milk.
Reverse DEI.
I said, this is weird.
Yo,
but okay.
I'm about to go home and do that. Drink this
That's
milk out
reverse.
my, drink this
Yeah,
milk out my
he was
hand.
like- he was treating her like a dog, bro.
Reverse
Yeah, white people are
DEI.
normal with that.
But it was
They-
like, and then
used to
she's
that.
like, she yelled at him. She's like, out of nowhere, it was so funny. They were just like talking about dinner, and they're like, I've never had an orgasm. I'm like,
Did she yell that at her husband?
yes. I said, you know
just
what?
in the middle of dinner at McDonald's.
Literally.
Why I gotta be at McDonald's?
I said,
I love my 10-piece
That's
nugget.
what
I've never had an orgasm.
yeah. So that's why I
Okay.
text y'all. I was like, fuck y'all girls the way she want to be fucked, or else she'll cheat on you. Cause like that was the funny. It was just like her constantly telling her husband and trying to get to her husband to like,
But the Pistons
Hear
game
her.
is on. You can't really be
and
fucking during
then
the Pistons.
and then, oh my god, Jalir. You all right?
We watched Thunderbolts.
I was at the
Yo, y'all
Thunderbolts
didn't
and I
e-
literally
y'all-
was mad. Yeah.
Yo, this is my first episode without wearing a bandana and nobody said nothing.
Big
we
ass forehead.
distracted by that one piece
God damn. Look at that billboard, long ass division head ass. God damn.
Shut up, Meg.
I'm not wearing pink,
Shut
bitch.
up, Gustavo.
I'll take that though. But I like that one.
Not Gustavo.
Gustavo's my guy.
You do
My
look nice
friend
without that
who's
bandana.
It does look
Thanks,
different
bro.
without
my
your
friend who
forehead.
Thanks,
doesn't
bro.
know
And
you
it's not that
guys.
big.
Doesn't
It's
you
not
don't look
that
like
big.
you don't look like a statistic.
Hold on. There's too much conversation going on.
I put it down. My friend that doesn't know you personally, she was like, "Who's Matt?" She asked one of my friend, "Who's Matt's friend that looks like Gustavo from Big
This is all I need right
Oh,
now.
shit.
This is all I need right
don't
now.
I immediately from
BTR.
The manager from Big Time Rush.
I immediately just went, "Oh, that's Nick."
So mean.
No, I want it.
Bro, we were getting that comment every fucking day.
Bro,
I was just ignoring it because I didn't know what it meant.
I love it.
every-
I seen that
every day,
I
bro.
seen the first one. I was like, "Thank you." I was like, "Yes."
That's so
That's what
funny.
because I get a lot of things all the time about who I look like. Some of them are fucking weird.
Me too.
And then some of them are just like, yeah, no, I get it, but it's annoying. Like I get Seth Rogen
the weirdest
all
one?
the time. The weirdest one was Kristoff from Frozen.
I heard that. I saw that one.
Yeah, I've gotten that.
Yo, was that person trying to fuck you or something?
It was an elderly woman, so yes.
Was that person trying to fuck you or something?
I gotten that. I got some
Jalir.
weird guy recently.
You all right?
Keep
You're all right, babes.
I've gotten it, but I've never gotten that one.
Thanks.
So that,
I'm
I was
great.
so excited
I'm
about
great.
that.
The weirdest
Thanks.
one. The weirdest one that I got was Leonardo DiCaprio.
Yeah,
Oh.
no, I don't see it.
Huh.
Ryan Gosling, I'm like, that's not accurate.
Wes said he got called.
I don't
Ryan
know
Gosling.
why.
Interesting.
Very, very odd.
I would always get Josh Peck growing up, and then
look like Josh
recently, yeah, as I was growing up, and then recently it was kind of more Jacksepticeye, the YouTuber. But the other day when we went to see Thunderbolts, as I was getting a drink and showed my ID, the bartender said that I looked like Andrew Garfield, and I was like,
Oh,
"Thank
okay.
you." Yeah, I was
Fuck
like,
yeah.
"Thank you, dude."
That's a great one.
Yeah,
Interesting.
that was-
I'm loving my Gustavo one so
hilarious.
much. I am because I am a huge fan of BTR.
I love
I
Big
did
Time
love-
Rush.
yeah.
I love them, and I watched that show religiously as a kid.
I
Same.
didn't
Yeah, I
watch the
did like
music.
it.
I didn't watch the
Fucking
TV,
nerds, right?
but I
I
like
don't know what
everything.
the, I don't know what the fuck
I love
BT
it all.
You think about, you
Hey.
know about behind the scenes?
No, I'm about to
the BTR.
BTR them asses.
Somebody told me I look like Manny Fresh.
bro. Persia's laugh was just like, "Yeah, okay."
He said that shit.
Someone,
That was when I was in high school.
right? Someone said.
I would never say that.
You give off the energy of
front of
Hitler.
me.
When I was in
I
my
would never say
twink
that.
era,
You still in there.
bitch, where?
I thought you meant like niggas.
No, twink. Like when I was skinny,
Oh, my bad. I'm sorry.
I got one of the boys from B2K, not Omarion, the other one.
Rasby?
No, you just homophobic bitch.
That was the one who got fucked? That was,
Dog!
I didn't know that.
Put your mic down, bro. You banned.
Are you okay today?
You're banned.
I'm good. I'm ready to get to these topics.
You antagonistic nigga.
I'm not antagonizing. Am I
Hey,
antagonizing?
Matt just hit you with a strike one, bro.
You got a strike from Matt.
Damn.
That's how bad it is.
Damn.
All right.
But now in my grown form, I get Tyler Perry a lot. I get Tyler Perry a
I can
lot.
see that.
A lot. Right.
Put on a fake wig.
Justin Bieber, okay.
Oh
I can
yeah.
see
When
it.
I
I
had
got
my
that
hair
as a-
grown out, I got
I can
Yeah.
see you with the haircut.
yeah, any white kid with long hair.
Exactly. Yep.
Yeah.
No, I feel
Cut
that.
for
When I
Bieber.
had that
They
They were
haircut.
cutting for West. Cuts for West.
Now in the comments below, tell us who we all look like.
Yeah.
for-
Your
Cut
idea.
for West.
Actually,
And you
is
know
wild.
what? Don't hold back.
No, bro, because
Comparison.
Bro,
some
the
people
other
in the
day-
comments are racist.
The
as hell.
other day,
Fine. Are you talking about racism? You say racist
Wes
shit all
just,
the time.
died.
I have a sensitive heart.
the other day, I was walking with my girl, and a nigga was pulling out of the complex and yelled, "She really want the weekend, bro."
Which era of the weekend, though? Because there's multiple eras of the weekend. When did you meet her? It might have been the 2015 weekend.
Antonio sound like he in Luigi's Mansion.
He sound like his Luigi's weekend music.
She don't even listen to the weekend.
That's so funny.
I do. I got all them albums right over
Wait,
there.
well, why would she want the weekend? It's because of her race?
No, saying that he's saying I look like,
Like
the
a
weekend.
Weekend and
Nigga,
watch
no,
the
you
This
weekend.
motherfucker said he looked like the weekday.
Speaking of weekday,
Fin de semana.
Speaking of weekday,
what movie did we see on the weekday of Thursday?
Sinners. Last Thursday.
Oh, I did see Sinners.
Jesus.
I saw Sinners too.
I've yet to see Sinners. Don't spoil it for me.
You went to see Sinners without me, bro?
I went with my female companion. I said my girl like 3 times, so I wanted to change it up.
I don't
this
have a
time.
problem with being
Still
the third
not
wheel.
saying it.
I do not have a problem.
Why would
Nigga, you
blame
ain't driving
her?
all the way out here.
I do it every Sunday.
You don't even half the time you don't even drive out here when you plan on driving out here.
That is a lot. It's 2015, 2025.
That is a lie. It's 2015.
It's 2025.
Just put your
I have
mouth
not
down,
been late or called off a pod anytime.
I've got toe socks on.
I said I wouldn't be here, but that was. Yeah, all right, let's get into Thunderbolts, bro. Let's get into Thunderbolts.
Anyway, so yeah,
Almost
we saw
had a second
Sinners.
strike. Almost had a second strike.
We saw Sinners,
He's
but
trying
not.
his best not to
Shout outs to
call
black
all of us
people.
slurs.
Anyway,
There you go. That's what we got from Sinners.
What about what we get from Sinners?
Shout out to black people.
I want to
Oh,
shout out
yeah.
to Irish.
Shout out to black people. Shout out to vampires.
shout
And
outs to
vampires.
Ireland a little bit.
And Ireland. Yeah.
No, that's
Shout out to potatoes.
No.
Shout outs
No.
to Chinese people with
yeah,
southern
and
accents.
Chinese people.
A lot of slander on that movie of people saying it's copying a movie from the 90s.
Dust from Dawn. Every movie copies every movie.
The only thing it's copying from Dusk Till Dawn is about is like you go through the entire their world and then just vampires. That's the only thing that's from Dusk Till Dawn is about. It's some cultural
Two brothers.
stuff. Because like in From Dusk Till Dawn, everybody, all the Latinos are vampires, all the Mexicans are vampires because they cross the border. But aside from that,
That's racist.
you just living in their world, and then you go to the
Bro,
bar, and they go to the
Those
bar on
people
the other side
didn't
of
see
Mexico.
them. Those people don't even see them.
Vampires. That's it. That is the only common denominator. Because like in Sinners, they just going through their world. These brothers are trying to set up a bar, and it takes place, post Jim Crow, and vampires. That's it. Those are the only two things in common.
Not post. It was during Jim Crow.
During control. I'm sorry.
Nah, nigga, it's Jim Crow.
Side-by-side comparisons of shots, and there's some similarities.
It might be some.
I don't know.
He
Probably be
also-
inspired.
I guess driving.
Every movie's
Yeah.
gonna have
Bro,
similarities.
do you know
It's like the Snyder.
Bro,
Great.
when we had to take the film class in high school, they literally
film class in high
she
school?
literally
Yeah.
Nigga,
broke
rich ass
down
niggas.
like there's like 7 archetypes for films.
Yeah.
Which we're gonna circle back to this when we talk about that movie that we watched. But
Yeah, that we need to soon.
she like there's like 7 or whatever archetypes of movies, and then they're all the same. Like if you once you learn the archetypes, it fucks with how you even watch movies.
Yeah.
That's why it's so hard for movies to like get me, because I know when shit is coming.
But yeah,
so like
but also yes.
so like the coming of age story is the story from the Bible. It's Avatar. It's The Matrix. It's fucking.
Which one is
Mulan.
Pocahontas or
It's-
Dances with Wolves? Because they do that shit all the time.
I didn't watch it. I don't know.
It's the fucking white hero, or not white. The hero comes to the village, and then he becomes part of the village, and fucking
Avatar.
Yeah, Avatar. Avatar Dances with Wolves.
Avatar is a coming of age story.
Not just
like
I'm
Last
not
Bender,
very sure.
Last Airbender.
Which one is
No,
Pocahontas?
Avatar, like the blue ones.
Okay.
Yeah, but Avatar the Blue Ones is also like
Not
Weir's
Airbender.
explaining it too, where a dude comes to the village and then his people are like attacking and he becomes the savior of those people.
White savior.
Such a shit fucking movie.
Yeah, it's so many. There's so like most movies follow the same but that's the more you look into movies, like people complain about that shit, but that's what you want.
Yeah. Plus,
Like,
it's like
you want
they
the
say all the
same
time,
thing,
this
but
is the
different.
blueprint. Yeah, it is a blueprint. We're following a blueprint.
Yep.
Also, you gotta follow the blueprint for Hollywood to.
Even greenlight the movie.
Yeah.
They want repetitive. Like what's gonna bring it in?
Yeah, bro, when I was,
What's
which
gonna-
this is also going to come up, when I was watching, or I was reading this book on writing screenplays, and the guy was saying, like, he literally said that, and this book was written in the 90s, or like early 2000s, late 90s. It's written by the guy that wrote Blank Check.
Oh,
I love that movie.
So he was saying, like, people think they want something different, but they don't. They want the same thing, but different. And when you're even presenting a movie, it's like the elevator pitch is like, think this movie, but with this. Like, so for the elevator pitch for Sinners is think Dusk Till Dawn
with
black
niggas.
people.
Yeah.
Yeah, like, well, think Dusk
More
Till
black
Dawn,
people.
but confronting racism.
Yes.
Like,
And
Yes,
better,
that's
and better
literally-
music.
like literally, and that's probably what they did, and that's why they were like,
What the fuck is that?
This is me flapping my my coattails. Well, I do declare.
What archetype does Veronica fall in?
None. That's none.
Veronica's its own thing.
Veronica can go two
Independent.
ways. Like,
Snuff
I'm
film.
sorry, not
Yeah,
following
right,
an
snuff film.
archetype can go two ways. Cause like sometimes it pays off in a good way. Like
nobody funded.
Like what was that movie that we watched? We went to see in the theater, the Detroit movie.
Oh, Detroit.
The horror movie.
Oh, are you talking about Don't Breathe?
Barbarian.
Barbarian.
Oh, Barbarian. I was about to
movie
say.
called Detroit.
Barbarian didn't really follow an archetype.
Yes.
Like that one was different, but in a good way.
I thought you meant It Follows.
I don't think I saw that. It Follows is different a little bit too. But then like Veronica is just like
Veronica is its own
Aaliyah Habib is
entity,
in
and I think that's what makes it an Oscar-worthy movie.
Hey, somebody
for
tell him
best
shut up.
film. And I think let's
Yeah,
just
I
do a
can't-
deep dive into Veronica real quick. When we start off,
Yeah.
Oh, so as a
Thunderbolts.
person who hasn't seen Veronica,
You don't got to.
I'm not
no, you
going
do.
to.
No, you do. You have to. No, we're going to watch it. I'm going to make you. It's going to happen.
down
Go
to be
play that
forced
shit
to
at your
watch it.
funeral.
No, I want you
project-
to be alive when we watch this.
Oh
shit.
no, is it literally one of your favorite movies, or is it just a bit because of how bad it is?
No, it's literally one of my favorite movies.
He
because
talks
of
about
how
it
bad
off
it
the
is.
pod.
I know, but like it could be a bit about how bad it is. I'm like, yeah, I love the movie. But
Same with Toxic Avenger.
It's not that bad.
yeah,
I mean, that's not a bit.
I actually like
Really?
Veronica more
I've
than
seen
Toxic.
Veronica maybe at the least 15 times.
Okay. That is enough for you to know that you like it.
okay.
It's a
one of your
terrible
favorite,
movie,
I
but
mean.
that's what makes it so
Good
good.
movie.
Because like they do a scene, you're like, why? Like you first off, you shot the scene, okay? So you've seen what was fucked up about it. Then you have to like watch the scene after you shot it, and you're like, yeah, no, this is good. We're going to continue with this. Then you go into the editing process, and the person editing is like, yeah, I guess this will do.
No, he edited.
bro,
If-
that had
if
to
Glenn
it,
Danzig did
it
the
had to
editing.
pass through so many hands. And then
then
I
he
want to
premiered
see
it.
I want to see their fucking like their accounting for that movie.
Yo.
I want to see where that money went because they had porn stars as the actresses.
What was the budget?
$1
$1
million.
million.
That's not a lot for a movie.
For the time it came out in.
No,
It came out.
for the kind of movie. For the kind of movie that we could have made that movie with no budget.
We really could have probably
Bro,
made that movie with
like,
no budget.
I swear to fucking
And it
God,
probably
bro,
would have actually looked
there's
better.
nothing in there. There's nothing in that movie that justifies what it cost.
$1 million.
There's
Bro,
a scene, bro.
like-
There's a scene where there's a scene where the girl's cutting
we
off.
can find somebody to do that. But nigga, somebody on Etsy could make that.
People, no, literally, like the girl's cutting off this lady's face, and then it cuts to, and she just whips her head back, and that's the whole scene.
The director of the movie, when he showed it at the whatever Chicago Fest it was, people were laughing, and he was wanting to know why the fuck y'all niggas laughing. This shit is serious.
Are you serious?
I swear to God,
Like it's supposed to be horror.
it's supposed,
but
it's
it's
supposed
so
to be
camp.
serious.
As far as you can tell, like there's nothing in the movie where the money could have went to the locations, like the money, like there's nothing in the, like, so imagine like we said that we were gonna do like how we said we were gonna do like a fan made version of Nice House by the Lake. We would have to get a whole nice house by a lake.
Yeah.
So that's where the money would go, and we would
shot it
show the
here.
whole house.
Oh my god,
right?
let's do that for real.
There's
we're trying.
nowhere in that movie where it's like, oh, they have this whole building. Like no, like the first
Like no studio, no like
nothing
soundstage.
at all, nothing at all, bro. The first fucking movie, it's a fucking anthology, so there's like 3 movies in one. The first one was shot in an apartment like this.
Okay.
Bro,
And then
that's
she
all-
went
okay.
and then bro,
Right.
and then she went to a coffee shop.
The
and
coffee
it was
shop
clearly
scene is
not
my
a coffee
favorite
shop.
scene.
Like it was like they made something look like
No,
a
I
coffee
tell you,
shop.
you gotta watch that shit.
the neon sign that says cafe says it in the building. So if you were to walk outside, it would say IFAC.
Oh my yeah.
And then which like there's a girl standing like on the corner of a building. Like all they're shooting is like a dark alley and this bitch standing on the corner. Like where did this money go? Where did this money go?
And that's where we find out that ass fuck is her
That's what
specialty.
I'm saying. It has to be the actors.
Trust me, they're not getting
the camera's not that good. Like you could have rented a camera. And then movies.
The movie went to cocaine.
It did. It had.
It went to cocaine.
Y'all are fucking.
They.
Or that biker gang.
Antonio. There was a scene where
so
this bitch
angry.
I
was
know we need to
digging
move on.
into this person's chest and pulled her heart out and was sucking her heart, and the bitch was still moving.
She did, yeah. When they carried her away, she lifted her arm up because it was hanging down, and she was just like, and then put it up. She was supposed to be dead though.
Anyway, all right, I'm sorry.
Yeah, so Thunderbolts.
Yeah, so we saw Thunderbolts.
We saw Thunderbolts, the new
We
Avengers.
saw Thunderbolts.
Oh, who wants to give their
Spoiler
feedback
alert!
first?
Spoiler alert! Spoiler alert!
Spoiler alert.
You said
Well,
who wants to go out there?
I'll give it. I'll do it. So spoilers for Thunderbolts. We're gonna do a quick synopsis. So Thunderbolts takes place after the blip once again. Pretty much we're seeing it through the eyes of Yelena, sister to the original Black Widow, Natasha. So
What year was it supposed to be?
2027.
It was
fucking don't know.
after
I don't
Red
know
Hulk.
what year.
2027.
She said that she just saw she hadn't talked to her dad in a year, but
So probably it takes place a year after
Black Widow dies.
Yeah,
Well, we don't know when. Like, we don't know if she
Because-
continued or did not continue to
because
talk to her
the
dad
time
after that.
skip happened. There's an
It wouldn't
18-month time skip after the
It's
post
after it's what after Red Hulk because they mentioned Red Hulk. So whatever year Red Hulk was, it was after
2027.
that. Yes.
But she wasn't in
Continue.
there.
Anyways,
Okay.
Anyway,
I'm gonna
so
go
we see this. We are seeing this movie through the eyes of Yelena Bloom, who's having a little bit millennial rage, a little millennial depression. You know, she clocks in and clocks out essentially, and her clocking in is being an assassin. So she does the job, drinks, feels bad, then go to bed and do it all again. She's working for what's that bitch name?
Valentina.
Valentina, who's been kind of popping and ended up here and there as like a new big baddish person. I've been calling her White Nick Fury, which is ironic because Nick Fury was originally white. But anyways,
True.
but she's kind of she's just a messy
Well,
person.
apparently she's Mexican.
She's actually Italian.
Oh,
You see them arms, hairy ass arms? Italian as fuck.
Very Italian.
They were speaking Spanish.
They might have been somewhere, but
Spanish
she's
in
Italian.
Italy, right? Do they speak Spanish in Italy?
No, they speak Italian.
All right, please continue.
But anyway,
so she's been working for Valentina, who's been kind of running some black ops stuff in the background, and she's kind of getting in trouble by the government also. So we catch up with her, and Bucky is now a councilman, which you saw he was doing in Captain America 4, and as Lear likes to call it, Blackton America.
Black in America, yeah.
So he is a congressman, and he's trying to shut Valentina down. So Valentina, in a way to try to clean up her mess, she sends new Black Widow to go kill an assassin who's trying to infiltrate her stash of stuff. And that's when we meet her, Taskmaster, fake Captain America, who's also going through his
what's his name? U.S. soldier, right?
U.S. agent.
U.S. agent. John Walker, and Ghost, who we haven't seen since Ant-Man 2.
Wasp.
Ant-Man and the Wasp. But then they all start kicking each other's ass. Taskmaster just gets killed.
R.I.P.
That shit was hilarious.
That was so unnecessary.
That shit was funny as hell.
They just killed Taskmaster, and then they wake up some guy named Bob, and they realize that, hey, she's just trying to kill us because there are loose ends to what she's been doing in the Black Ops stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So they all work together with Bob after they kill Taskmaster. They all work together to try to get out of, to try to stop from getting murdered by Valentina, some incinerator, and then that's it. They work together to get out. And then Bob, while trying to escape the whatever this place was, this Black Ops site that Valentina was going to kill everyone at, Sentry shows off that he has powers.
Bob was trying.
Bob.
Yes. They were trying to escape. Bob became a distraction. They lit Bob up.
Yeah, shot him up.
Can y'all explain who Bob is?
Bob,
we had to get there.
We're just doing the synopsis currently. Then we'll talk about Bob. Just don't talk about Bruno.
We found out Bob has powers after he gets lit up after trying to be in a distraction, and then Valentina. We find out Valentina was doing her own version of the Super Soldier Project, and That's how Bob got power. So she takes Bob under her wing. They all come together. Bucky comes along the way after Valentina tries to kill him again, and they all find out, hey, we need to stop Bob and stop Valentina, blah, blah, blah. We have a whole mini Avengers moment. Bob has powers that starts getting too big for his bridges.
No, Bob has mental disorder.
Oh, that too. He's mentally
not
ill.
his powers.
Very, very mental.
No, you're missing a part where Red Guardian comes to save Ghost, Yelena, and U.S. Agent. I got you from here.
Thank you.
I got you. So after
Can you
Bob
hurry up
becomes,
before Lear fucking
I got it. After Bob
nuts
becomes,
himself?
I got it. After Bob becomes a distraction, they successfully get away. By that I mean Ghost, Yelena, and U.S. Agent successfully get away in a little convoy thing. But it flips over when Bob crashes. So they're on foot now. They're trying to get through the desert on foot. And after a couple hours, it's now morning, they get picked up by Red Guardian, who is coming to warn them
Yelena's daddy.
that Valentina is trying to murder them.
But they're a little too late.
He's a little too late on that, but it's fine. He picks them up in his sweet limousine filled with a big gulp cup filled with something mysterious. That mysterious goo will come back later on, probably. It has to.
Probably.
I thought it was a fleshlight disguised as a big gulp.
Oh.
That's just me. Anyway,
Oh.
while they're trying to get away, they get chased by 3 convoys, and they say, bro, punch it. He punches it. It goes to 55. Max is out. Not a great limousine, if you ask me. Luckily, Yelena jumps out the side of the window. Not jumps out, but she's hanging out. Shoots one time. Truck blows up. They're like, damn, what kind of gun you got? They come to find out Bucky is behind the convoy, blowing them bitches up. He fucking rides up next to one, takes the cable out the front of the truck, throws it on the ground, stops his motorcycle, gets off, grabs that bitch, slams it in the ground. That convoy flips. Anyway, they all get together. They try to convince Bucky that Valentina's fucking shit up. She's got a god on her hands. Then his little mole Mel calls him, like, yo, Valentina's got a god on her hands. And then he's like, oh, bet, now I believe you. So then they team up. They're like, we got to stop God. So they team up. They go to the watchtower in this little van thing that he stole. And they get there. They get a crash in. Valentina invites them up. And while they're up there, she says, look at my new boy toy. And down comes fucking Troy Brad Pitt down the stairs.
Homelander.
It was giving Homelander.
He comes down the stairs and they're like, yo, you can't be being God. And so he's like, no, I can be God. So then they shoot the ones with him, lose immaculately. It's embarrassing, actually. They run with their tails in between their legs. And then Valentina's like, yeah, I got me a god on my hand. He's like, no, I got me on my hand. And then he chokes her up. And then she's like, kill switch. But she dropped it. But then Mel comes in, hits the kill switch. Brain dead motherfucker now.
She also asked for a raise.
But unfortunately, Bob has a darker side to him. The Void. Also known as depression. Go get it checked out. Anyway, Void comes in, takes over Bob, starts fucking Hiroshima-ing people left and fucking right. And,
Hiroshima?
Yeah, Hiroshima, Nagasaki. That's what it's based off of.
It was inspired by that.
Yeah, the shadow people are based off of the photography.
A nuke?
Yeah. Well, what the nuke did to the people afterwards.
Yeah. Okay.
Yes. So then, he starts casting a shadow over the city. Yelena's like, I've been there before. She jumps in that bitch. They go into the Shadow Realm. They save Bob from the Shadow Realm, defeat Depression, and then they are crowned the new Avengers.
And that's the Thunderbolts.
And they beat the Depression by giving him a hug and saying that he's loved and
Power
supported.
of friendship saves the day.
Anime!
It was
Oh,
so powerful, in my opinion.
Actually was. I agree with you.
Am somebody that I was talking with Joe Nathan about it, and he was saying after he saw the movie, like immediately he was like, oh, it's like an 8 out of 5. But then the next day he was like, I'll probably give like maybe a 7.5. Like kind of went down a little bit. But for me, it's going up.
No, I would give it a 7 as well. It's okay.
I think I would give it an 8.5, arguably like a 9 almost.
It's a good movie. I don't know. I feel like they're overhyping it, in my opinion, but it's a good movie. Not a bad movie.
I'm running 8 out of 10.
I think they are.
All right, let's go around.
Okay.
Who wants to? Matt, give yours first.
Yep.
I'll give it 8.5, strong, like a light 9, because like my expectations for it, with what everybody's saying, like best movie since Endgame, stuff like that. My thing was I went into the movie with the mindset of MCU. a Marvel movie. How is it pushing the narrative? As I'm watching the whole movie and like I'm getting this weird feeling, I'm like, oh, where's all the other Marvel stuff going on? Like, like I was kind of losing what the movie was about. And after watching it and like thinking on it and seeing stuff about it and then learning about Sentry and how he is in the comics, I watched the videos you sent, and like they like it was not. Don't take it as a Marvel movie at all. Like not even a little bit. You don't have to watch anything previous. Nothing. If you just watch that movie and take it as how strong and how far manic depression can take you, and it being in the wrong hands, and people who aren't nearly as powerful as you can take you and bring you to a level. It's so it gets the message perfectly. It really is like super relatable. Like I fucking love Bob. Holy shit, I fucking love Bob. He's one of my favorite characters in all of Marvel right now.
Pullman's kid, Bill Pullman.
Yeah.
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 Oh, he's a nepo baby.
Yeah, him and Kurt Russell's Riot.
Yeah. And like I think like for what the Thunderbolts movie is and for what it went for, absolutely fucking nailed it. Like I have no complaints about it. I can't say that it was not a good movie at all, and it lived up to its hype for me. But I will say, like, if you are compared in like the whole grand scheme of grandiose of like other Marvel movies, yeah, sure, not really as a superhero movie, but I didn't take it as a superhero movie. Now I don't, and I think I'd say like 8.5. Like I fucking love that movie.
Antonio,
I'll give it a 7. It's just okay for me. I mean that in the most positive way possible. It was just a good movie. So aside from the depression stuff with Bob, it is very Marvel movie.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
it is.
Felt like Avengers.
It's very Avengers, very first phase Marvel movies.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It is very as Marvel movie as you can make a Marvel movie. As Persia was just saying about, you know, the same thing but just slight difference. So it was very much that's the epitome of that. This was literally Avengers with instead of solving the problem by beating everybody up and by them coming together, it was just, you know, instead of killing the enemy or sending the enemy back or the enemy whatever, we use the power of friendship to defeat the enemy, and now the friend is now part of the group now. Slight different. It's just Avengers just using the power of friendship. Mm-hmm. What I didn't like about it is, aside from Yelena, I didn't really care about anybody in the story like that. No one. It would have even been cool if they brought Red Hulk in, because essentially Thunderbolts, if you don't know from the comics, it's named after Thaddeus Thunderbolt Ross, which is the Red Hulk. So just bring me someone to care about. Didn't care about Bucky like that. He looks rode hard and left raw. Yelena, you know, she's going like I related to her a lot.
She's the star of it, of course.
She's the star of it, and I enjoyed it from her as a person who's going through his own millennial rage. I get her perspective, but aside from that, okay, you know, I think the Valentina payoff wasn't that great. You know, we've been seeing her kind of doing her thing in the background over the last few years. It wasn't that big of a payoff for me, but we finally got the payoff, right? We've been saying like things have been happening over the last few movies and we're not getting paid off. We finally got a payoff for something. She ends up making the new Avengers.
Did you see Black in America?
No, I haven't. I'm waiting for that to come on Disney Plus. I might rent it so I can see it. But aside from that, it's an okay movie. Like, it was entertaining. I laughed. The part Jalir posted it on X about the girl who got blacked out.
The little girl.
And there's a scene where a little girl gets, you know, blipped, whatever, and I just fucking laughed because
like for 5 minutes though.
It was fucking hilarious. The girl next to you was
that
cracking
shit
up
was
too.
fucking crazy.
And her and I were just looking at each other, and we were like grabbing on each other. Don't know this girl at all, and we're just like holding on to each other, cracking up because it was just really random. If you've seen the movie, you know exactly what I'm talking about. But it was
funny when they dropped the audio out.
It was really.
I thought it was like again, like I do agree. Like it was like a moment where I was like, oh my, like shit. Yeah. But I think it was like it was powerful. Like it was like really powerful.
But it wasn't powerful in the sense of
where was
this
for
is
me.
Serious.
For me,
it was powerful as in this is fucking hilarious. Like it was just. whatever. Anyway, so it is a good movie. I'm not, when I say it's a 7, this is just, I mean this as a, it wasn't that impactful for me. You know, yes, the stuff with Century in the Void, I was on math. Hilarious. Like, again, so that's my thing. Okay, so that's, again, my problem with Marvel sometimes in a nutshell. Like what happened in Thor Ragnarok, where you have, you are touching serious topics, but we're gonna humor the fuck out of it. You know what I'm saying?
I'd say that for Love and Thunder, but not Ragnarok.
Yeah, I would say,
Ragnarok, no, Ragnarok was very
You
much
said
like that.
you said Ragnarok.
Did I say Ragnarok?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, Ragnarok was very much like
Yeah,
that.
no, it's Love and Thunder. Yes.
No, I don't think so.
Yeah,
I think
them-
Ragnarok, when they got serious, they stayed serious.
I
Like
don't think
when-
Ragnarok was that serious anyway. Love and Thunder was more
Well,
serious.
when it would,
Love and Thunder was not
like-
serious at all.
No, I mean it's supposed to be serious. Like,
Oh,
this,
yeah.
this is supposed to be funny.
They were
I mean, not
kidnapping
funny.
children
like,
in Love
like
and
in
Thunder.
Ragnarok, like when Thor and Loki's dad died, he was about to fuck. Like they were about to start going at it. They were feeling these emotions, and they just felt it. There's no funny moment. Then Hela comes in, Hela killing everybody and saying, "I'm the
Hela-
new queen." Like there was, it
No.
was serious. It was dark. When Thor and Hela were fighting and saying, "You're a fucking stain on who we are," like they were serious. They were
Hela
not making
made
fun
jokes
of
throughout that whole movie.
Throughout
She's
the whole
like,
movie,
I'm
but
gonna
not
make
in
you,
that
I'm gonna be
scene.
your queen. And then he was like, whoever you are, you have no right here. Whoever I am, have you not heard a word I said? Like they're
Yeah,
making
but-
this is literally a movie. It's a movie essentially about immigration, and they're joking. The get help scene, like they're joking throughout the whole movie.
First
the
off,
whole-
that get help scene was fucking.
The
improvised.
I'm not taking away
the
from
reason that they put
thing.
comedy
Wait,
in
wait,
Ragnarok
we're on
was because of the-
Thunderbolts.
Yeah,
though.
Thunderbolts.
yeah,
My
all right,
bad.
go
I'm
ahead.
sorry. Go on.
But some more of the story is, it is a good movie. It is a funny movie. It is a, I know a lot of people are, it's a return to form to Marvel. No, it's not. Y'all doing too much. It is just a good movie. It's just a, we enjoyed ourselves through the movie.
Nick, what you
That
got?
nigga did. We cried together. That-
I liked the movie a lot. I give it an 8 out of 10. I thought it had serious parts, like when she was in Bob's attic and he was sitting on the floor playing with his Rubik's cube, and then they heard the parents arguing and the dad hitting the mom.
Yeah.
and then
I
he
used to be somebody.
and then he was just like, "Yeah, they'll be done soon." And it's like, there's a lot of people who've been through that. Like,
Yes.
there were no jokes in that moment.
That whole scene,
unless you were
was
sitting
the one
next
that
to
made
Jalir.
me the most emotional.
But yeah, exactly.
That whole
but, like,
scene made me the
in
most
the
emotional.
in the actual movie. There were no jokes during that scene. There was a decent amount of scenes where it was just like, that's kind of fucked. Like when Yelena put the gun together, and then everyone else at the table had to get their hands whipped, and she
her bring
was
the kid.
trying to cover her younger selves.
Oh yeah,
For
when
seeing
she was
it.
in the red room.
Yeah, because like she, as she got older, she realized like kids should not be going through that.
Yeah.
So I think now I think it was really about kids going through trauma and then how you deal with it as an adult, because that's fucking disgusting.
Yeah.
But I mean, even with John Walker, when they were trying to save Bob in his little depression realm, when John was helping, he beat up the dad.
Yeah.
But I feel like that was more of a him against himself.
Yeah.
Because he is becoming the abusive father
Yeah.
and the abusive dad.
Yeah.
So I feel like that was him versus him. Like, that's why he went so hard in on a dad that didn't even exist.
Yeah.
So, like, there was a lot to that part. But overall, like, when they say it's like old Marvel, the more I thought about it, like, in a sense, yes, it was like the original Avengers movie.
Yeah.
Where we've met all these people through separate projects and they were brought together in one moment and then they have to work together
Yes.
throughout the moment. But what makes this different is these are people you don't expect anything from. You expect them to fail, you expect them to lose, you expect them to betray, and they overcome all of that because they want to do it themselves.
Except Taskmaster.
And well, yeah, she couldn't get over she couldn't get over that hump.
Real quick,
What was the
sorry to
point of
cut you
putting
off.
her in fucking-
I will say that is actually my one gripe.
It's crazy because I like.
So I think the Taskmaster
What was
killing.
the point of putting them in the marketing?
I got you. I'm gonna tell you right now.
That was wild.
I'm gonna tell you right now.
fix mistakes.
Exactly.
Pay me my whole.
It was to fix their mistake they made with Taskmaster from the Red Widow. Nope, the Black Widow.
But you're paying me my whole rate, bitch.
That's fine.
You're
And
paying me.
she probably like she probably didn't get that much money because like she wasn't a big thing
Yeah.
to begin with. But like I think they realized what they did and how they fucked up with
She wasn't
Taskmaster.
even in the press like stuff.
No, she is.
Is she?
Yes,
Well, I have
she
not
was
seen
mind
her- I have
controlled
not
by
seen
her dad.
I have not seen her on.
Oh, I thought you said depressed.
No, in the press.
In the press. No, she wasn't. Yeah, she was.
She's in the press. She's in every poster and everything.
No,
She's-
no,
no, she's not in
on the
every post.
panels.
Like, in the ones I've seen.
on the panels,
Yeah.
and then when I see commercials, I never see.
Yeah,
Oprah.
she's not.
I've never. seen Oprah.
There's posters out that she is not on.
Yeah.
but
Oh,
that
I
was
know
they were
the
just
ones
trying to
I've
get rid
seen.
of a mistake. Let's be
Everybody
honest-
knows she was gonna.
Yeah, let's be honest with ourselves. They were trying to get rid of a mistake. That's all that was. But overall, I think it was a great movie. I went in with expectations. When they first announced the movie, I was like, "That's fucking stupid." And then they announced who was in the movie, and I was like, "That's fucking stupid." And then they announced who the villain was going to be, and I was like, "Ah, great," because I actually enjoy the Sentry. I'm an actual Sentry fan, which is very rare to find because everybody hates the Sentry.
I don't dis.
Well, everyone who reads religiously,
Yeah.
they're like, "This is a Superman knockoff. He's way too powerful. Like, you can't put him in anything."
I wouldn't even call him a Superman knockoff. Like I said in the
He
text
is
message,
he is literally a Superman knockoff.
I would say Guardian is more a Superman knockoff.
They're all Superman
Yeah,
knockoff.
yeah.
But
See,
no,
yeah, that's
he's,
going back to
he is
Blueprint,
literally
like,
a Superman knockoff.
Yeah, almost every.
Like, they've confirmed it. He has a gigantic S on his belt
He
buckle.
reminds me a lot of Adam Warlock.
I mean, yeah.
At least the MCU's version.
Yeah, but he's a knockoff. So a lot of people hated him when he first came out because, again, he's way too powerful to be anybody. And so I was worried they were going to nerf him. And the MCU is very, very good at
Nerfing characters.
and
yeah.
then killing them off at the end.
And who was he not nerfed?
He was not nerfed,
He was
which
not
I
nerfed.
was so hyped
Woo-wee.
This
about.
probably been the most powerful villain
yeah.
in
Oh my God.
I think that was the whole point of that
That's
little
because
girl.
the super syndrome mixed with that meth and got him.
Yes.
super,
Give it tweaker.
I was on meth.
Well, I'm glad they stuck to that
Super,
because he
super
was a
serum.
drug addict. So,
Yeah.
but I think that little girl getting fucking bamfed, I think that was more so like you can save her, but you really can't
That's
save
how,
her.
that's how I took it.
Yeah.
Where I take any single hero in the entire MCU in that moment, none of them could do anything. None of them.
You can't
Not
save
a
these people.
single fucking person could have done anything about that. So right when she just went,
yeah.
I was just, oh my.
It's like a congratulations, you still lost.
Yeah, I was like, Jesus
and that was a
Christ.
big thing. That was a big thing. It was
That
great.
was so funny.
But I
Wait,
liked it.
so you don't think the girl from Secret Invasion could? I can't even say what.
Gaia?
Daenerys,
Gaia would have got banned.
Daenerys Stormborn.
Get the fuck out of here.
Too bad.
They
for
should
now.
have got rid of her ass with Taskmaster. It's terrible.
Shoot her in the fucking head.
But no, I liked it. 8 out of 10 for
he
me.
shot Taskmaster in the fucking.
They shot. That was great.
So wild.
They
was
left her
great.
in there too.
Also, my favorite line.
Left her in there. Yeah.
Well, yeah, were you gonna take a dead body?
No,
with
they
you?
looted the dead body. They looted the shit.
Well,
They took her
like,
shit.
they could have used the equipment.
That was funny.
But anyway, my favorite line in the movie was delivered by John Walker. And it was when they were trying to escape, and the guy goes, "Show us some identification." And he just goes, "No."
He just goes, "You know
Because
who
there's
I
so
am."
many movies that you watch with that same situation,
Yeah.
and they somehow get out of it. They somehow figure a way to get out. And he's just like, no.
Nope.
And it's like, where do we go from there?
Yeah, that
Like,
was real
now
good.
that guy's like, wait, what do you mean no?
Yeah.
I thought that was like the funniest fucking thing ever. It's hilarious. No.
The humor in that movie was fucking great.
The humor in the movie was really good.
I really enjoyed the humor and like the payoff. Also, them becoming the Avengers. Avengers.
Yes.
So yes,
Yes.
more of the story after Valentina fucking screws him over one last time after they save Bob, they become the Avengers officially.
Yes.
But
that post-credit scene is perfect because that's where the MCU has been fucking up every time. And actually, that's what I wanted to say because it does feel like an older Marvel movie because the whole entity of the movie felt like its own movie.
Yes.
Like it was its own thing, which originally that's what they all felt like.
And they just connected.
That's what you're supposed to do.
Yeah.
The post-credit scene is what's supposed to connect you together. And the rest of these movies, like, they try to sprinkle in a little bit of the rest of the universe in that movie, and that can become like, oh, wait, what? Because now this other movie's not mentioning it. But what are we doing here? You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
And then the post-credit scene, they introduce some shit that never pays off. Where's Star Fox? Where's Black Knight? Where are any of these people, bro? Nowhere.
and cheese fucking.
Shang-Chi's like, but maybe that might pay off though, because in this post-credit scene, Yelena says we already have a space thing going on, and that's when they get the beacon from the Fantastic Four of them coming into their dimension. So the space thing that's already going on could be the Shang-Chi thing, because Sam Wilson now has his own Avengers team. Shang-Chi could be on it because he was talking to Captain Marvel and Bruce Banner at the end in his post-credit
Yeah.
scene. So that new Avengers team could be Sam, Captain Marvel, Shang-Chi, Bruce could be on the team, I guess.
He's still training his son, right?
No, Bruce is back.
I would say Miss
That's what I'm saying. He's
Marvel.
still with his son, though.
Miss Marvel, because
Miss Marvel could be on the
like
team.
in Daredevil Born Again, her
Yeah.
dad says, "Oh, she's in San Francisco with a friend."
I think she's trying to put together her own team. But yeah,
Young Avengers
but I
and then
think
the Avengers.
because there is a West Coast Avengers.
well, no, I think she's putting together the champions.
Death Row
Yeah.
East.
But I think like when she said that there's already a space like thing going on that they weren't notified about, I think that's Shang-Chi's thing. Because the Ten Rings notified something in deep space, and it was like the Ten Rings were a beacon, and that thing was coming. So that could have been Doom.
What was the post-credit scene in fucking Deadpool and Wolverine?
It was Human Torch popping off.
Yeah.
Oh,
It was nothing.
What?
That shit was
Okay,
hilarious.
hold on.
Nothing worth
But
it.
I think like this was one of those
That's right,
things
wait.
where like, and I'm glad that it said 14 months later because it now solidified them
move
as
the
a
story
team,
along.
and it showed like these people have been working together. They've been putting in the work. Like, so in a future film, we're not like, oh, how long have they been together? Bitch, 14 months. We're good.
At least a year.
nigga has probably Ironheart stuff happening in between.
That movie's
14
not.
months.
Or that show's not even getting promoted.
Let's-
We ain't seen her no more.
Lear,
I'm seeing it.
what's yours?
8. Give it an 8 out of 10. I do think it's kind of people been saying, yo, this is the best since Endgame. We been hearing that's marketing shit, bro. We've been hearing that with every fucking movie these niggas can put out except the Marvels, bro. So I think it's very good. I don't think it's even top 3 best since Endgame.
That's what I'm saying.
It's a bit-
Like it's good, but like
So
I
we
got
said-
it at number 4.
So I'm saying Guardians 3, Spider-Man, and Shang-Chi are better than that.
Yeah, that's what I
Yeah,
got.
I
That's
agree.
what I got. Not in that specific order, but then I got Thunderbolts after those for me though.
Yeah, it may be like 5 and 5 for me if I can.
and
Like,
only because everything else has been ass.
no, not at all. But anyway,
Nah.
I just read that the fucking director was his name Jack
Fuck
Schrader.
Quantumania.
Schrader.
Jack Schrader.
He directed like a lot of music videos, not a lot of movies. Probably like Robot and Franks, but I don't know what that is. But he directed a lot of music videos.
I
so
hear
that's
that
pretty good.
movie like very fucking good, very good. Like it was like won awards, one of the most popular animated movies at the time. But I still haven't seen it. But
When this movie was announced, I was just thinking Suicide Squad.
Yep.
Which isn't a problem. I mean, like, you know,
Because that's
you guys
exactly
do
what
this.
they are. They
I
are
mean,
Marvel Suicide Squad.
And that's
I
what it
mean,
was,
yeah,
to an
and
extent.
the reason that I think the second Suicide Squad did it better was just because their characters are way more interesting, and just that R rating and James Gunn. They had a lot of cheat codes for that fucking Suicide Squad movie. I remember when that shit was announced during COVID, and like it was like, yo, there's too many people in here. What the fuck is gonna happen? And then like half of them fucking died, and then the movie actually started. But no, I really did. I did like this movie. It was. I have gone into these Marvel movies not expecting a lot. I did that with Black in America. I didn't expect too much, so that's probably why I thought it was like a 7.
Black
I'm
in
not gonna
America.
stop doing that shit. I've been doing it for
You're
5
just
pods.
like perpetuating the racist shit.
Overall, decent movie. It got me excited for Fantastic Four. Like, I was excited for Fantastic Four before, but now after seeing that these niggas actually do lose, like, yeah, I want to see like how. I want to see Galactus fucking eat the planet up. Nigga.
Yeah, they
like,
did.
that shit
Spoiler
is gonna
alert.
be
shit out of
fucking
out of Fantastic
hilarious.
Four.
But no, going into what Nick said, bro, like it I don't think it's been a post-credit scene that like leads into the next movie since like phase 1. It hasn't been that way forever.
They didn't like maybe phase 3, but phase 2.
Because Ragnarok went into fucking Infinity War.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They haven't done it since the Endgame saga.
And
Since
it-
After Endgame,
Right,
they haven't.
yeah.
done
And
it.
Since Infinity,
it
nothing
sucks
has mattered or
because
connected
they
properly.
did fucking they was doing too fucking much. And when you plan for stuff like that, the world is like it's unforeseen
I think
circumstances that
also
happen.
we keep forgetting, and we are kind of being harsh on them, and I'm gonna give them the benefit of the doubt to an extent, only because of COVID.
Bro, not just because of COVID. The writer strike, like shit
Yeah, it's
happened,
been the
and
toughest
then you
thing
know
that
the
happened.
Excuses.
And then you have to then you got to push this stuff back. Then it's like, all right, nigga, y'all got to trim some shit
We
out.
gotta scrap
that
some
fucking
stuff.
Star Fox nigga, fuck him. Blade,
Yeah.
I don't even know what the fuck is going on with that shit.
Canceled.
Yeah, Shang-Chi too. Like, Nick, like we got to do stuff that fucking
Hercules.
matters. The Hercules,
yeah.
like
Venom.
Venom.
He was the after credit scene for No Way Home.
Yeah,
But
they
overall-
completely rectified that, so we're not getting Venom.
Yep, it's even confirmed that it's not going to go anywhere.
Overall, I did like the movie. 8 out of 10. Go ahead, Perk.
I do 7.5. I liked it. It was good. I don't know why people would say that's anything close to Endgame. Like nothing. The only thing though, I liked it. I feel like I gotta watch it again because I feel like I'm kind of torn on like fighting depression. But what you just said,
Well, we fight depression every day.
what you just said actually made it make more sense. But if that was the case, I feel like they should have done a better job of articulating it with like, yeah, the only way to save these people is to like get him to release them. Like, but they didn't, there was nothing in the movie that kind of indicated that.
I
Like-
don't know. I don't think that there was supposed to be though. Like,
Yeah, like I
think
can
that-
only honestly, I can you almost take Yelena jumping into the void as a form of unaliving.
Well, no, I don't take it as that either because I think because when he held hands with her in the I'm gonna call it the raft, whatever. When he held hands with her, she was in like that shadow realm. She noticed like they were touching hands, so I think she kind of understood like that shadow doesn't kill you.
Oh, okay.
It just sends you to that spot.
Yeah.
And I think like she knew that was no longer Bob, but Bob was in there.
Because they were questioning. Remember, before she stepped in there, they were questioning, like, we don't know what the fuck is in there. She like, yo, yeah, she touched his hand and she's like, yeah, it isn't like death or anything. We don't know what's going
Yeah,
on.
I did see somebody on Twitter mention how the shot for her, like about to jump off the skyscraper when she was like, fuck this, I'm suicidal. And the shot where she was about to jump in the void was the same framing.
Yeah.
But it was completely, and people were saying, oh man, she just killed herself again. But somebody pointed out, I was like, if that's the way you think about it, you really misinterpreted the entire film.
Yeah, she
because
didn't-
literally straight up to that point, literally right before that, that's when she started getting hope. That's when she was like, we need to be together. Why would she be like, oh, things are going good now, we need each other, so I'm going to kill myself?
Yeah.
Yeah, like
No, I think she
Sometimes.
knew.
Yeah.
This is it, nigga.
No, I think she knew Bob was in there,
Yeah.
and I think she knew that the only way, because essentially, I think she understood that was his depression.
But she would have no way of knowing that was his power.
In the way that
No,
so
you take
she-
it. That's a leap of faith, like
So-
Spider-Man.
yes.
So you have no way of knowing that. So what I'm saying is like they could have done a better job of articulating
Yeah.
what his powers were.
No, no,
like
I could get
this nigga just turned completely black on the floor of an office building.
She was lit.
Like how they're like, so if you're not aware of the Sentry, which the Sentry like Marvel has like hundreds of fucking heroes. Like we know the most popular ones. He's not a popular one. No. So it's like you don't know, and he's apparently one of the most OP ones. So
Also, he doesn't have that power in the comics.
the void power. Oh, it's
Like
he's two
the
different
shadowing
people. Yeah.
people.
Yeah. So it's like I feel like they could have done a better job of articulate or like kind of making sense of what he was or what he is.
Mm-hmm.
And then the only other thing is like for me was that that's why I was torn because I kind of liked that idea. Like it was very creative, but then I'm kind of just like, man, like they're not fighting. There was like not really a lot of fighting. Like they were, and then I don't like the idea of them being the Avengers, but I'll come back to that. I didn't, as far as the movie itself, it was very like when they had to hit certain points, it was very on the nose to me. Like the power of friendship was very on the nose. Everybody hug Bob. like it was very like just
Got there quick, too.
I love that.
it was very like on the nose with like that point. Like there's a part in the book that I was talking about, the screenwriting book. Like he what?
That's actually two.
Yeah, two. But
It's two.
Because you mentioned it earlier.
You missed it earlier.
It might even be 3.
They
We love you. You're so smart.
he outlines like the points that you have to hit in a movie when you're writing a script. Right. The point like that the point of no return part, like the middle part was very on the nose. Like it was like it was to me, it was almost like a little too dramatic for what happened. Like all you did was get beat up, bitch. Like she like they got beat up. She was like, we can't do anything. Like
In all
okay,
fairness, they
like,
could not do anything
on the
against
street
him.
of New York.
They ran into that motherfucking elevator so quick.
Bro, I'm sorry, bro.
And formation too.
First of all, Bucky put his fucking knife in him. That bitch crumbled as he was
Bro,
pushing it.
it was-
You ain't doing nothing to my man.
So like it was that
Keep getting that fist blocked.
that stuff like, and I feel like with Marvel, I feel like there's like for the most part it's always kind of on the nose, but what kind of makes it like unique is like the spectacle of it, like how grandiose it is, like when that happens, like in fucking Endgame when the portal opens and everybody from all these different worlds like pop up, like that is huge.
That's
like
gotta be for that movie.
like but exactly, but like so like it kind of has to have that grandiosity, or even fucking No Way Home when like the other two
Them motherfuckers
pop-
jump down.
like bro, like it has to be grandiose. That wasn't like grandiose to me.
So
But-
on that tip,
That is the problem for me with no, go ahead.
on that tip of how not grandiose it is and why everyone's hyping it up, this could have been a TV show.
No, don't you dare! I think it was good that it wasn't grandiose
I'm
because
fine.
these
I'm
aren't
fine with it
grandiose
being a movie.
people.
But
these are fucking losers.
Them not being grandiose is exactly why they should not be the Avengers. There's like 2 niggas on the whole team that are powerful. Like
that was the whole- that
she's
was-
worse than Black
I
Widow.
think that's the point.
That's the point of Valentina. Like,
Yeah.
they don't want to be the Avengers.
They did not want to be
That
the
was not their
Avengers.
point.
They just want to. They
were
want to
forced-
say.
Valentina
yeah.
was literally
Yeah,
completely
like
forced.
I'm like, bro,
Yeah.
they can't be the Avengers. Like that's not. They're not.
That's why,
Like,
you,
bro,
you
that's
hear
what
what
makes
he
it funny.
said about
what do you-
Sam.
what do you
said
have?
him and Sam is beefing because of this shit,
bro, Bucky is not. But Bucky
I get
is
to see you at
Bucky
work.
is strong, but Bucky can't like
When we
Sentry.
saw them with that fucking
Sentry is the tank of
3
that
niggas
team,
with
but
the-
Sentry can't use his fucking powers. So then you have
Yelena.
an OP nigga that can't use his powers without
I
destroying
like
the
Ghost.
world.
I like Ghost.
Ghost is just okay. Like it's just like
She can only do it for a minute.
you can do fucking instant transmission for 2 seconds. Like
Oh no, she got to walk there.
Yeah, that's not instant transmission.
yeah, that's what
She
I'm
just
saying. Like,
be
bro, like you don't
jumping
have
dimensions.
anyone
Yeah.
like super on the team
Yeah,
that would
I guess
make
she's
it make
the
sense.
Hawkeye of the team.
Versus like
Damn, hit Walker.
like Hawkeye and Black Widow were the low rungs of Avengers, bro.
Yeah.
Like you can't make a whole new team with the 2 lowest niggas. Like bro, like hard. These are who's gonna save the world. They couldn't. This team.
Remember
couldn't-
that boulder?
This
And it
team
took
couldn't
all
hold
6
a
of 'em?
Yeah.
fucking candle when Thanos sent his subordinates. They couldn't do shit.
That's the Black Order, all right?
They could, bro.
That's
if-
Squidward.
Hold on.
The
Black
only
Widow killed one of them bitches.
Sentry.
No, Wanda did.
Oh, wait, no. I'm
Black
talking
Widow
no,
was
no.
about to die.
No, when Cap came through in Infinity War and they stabbed Corvus.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
They had to jump
Sentry-
that
She didn't kill her. No.
Sentry. Oh, so you got one nigga that could probably fuck up everybody alone,
He's
but he
their
would
Hulk.
fuck up everybody on
You
both
can't-
sides.
But you can't use him because then
Like,
the void comes out.
He's
Like
worse
Hulk.
than no.
He'll kill everything.
He's way worse than the Hulk.
Way worse.
He is way worse.
But-
than
Way worse.
But I'm just like,
But it's like, okay, so
lining
I'm gonna
them up.
kill.
Yeah, no, I
I'm
hear
gonna
you.
kill all the alien invaders, but I'm gonna take half of China, a quarter of India, like bro,
What are we really
all of Brazil.
Damn, all of it.
He said, what?
Gotta get rid of the disease. All right, so
That is AIDS capital of the world.
yes, it
Brazil
is.
is the AIDS capital of the world.
Really?
They have the most.
They have a huge
Yeah,
population.
they have the most amount of AIDS.
Oh, who were it? Never mind.
So,
Yeah.
so I just don't. So I got to see where they're going with that, because I saw a picture where it said Avengers Assemble, and it was a picture of behind the scenes, or like the Avengers in the gym or something like that.
Yeah, Robert
and
Downey
it
Jr.
was
posted it.
it was
Oh yeah, that's because they're shooting Doomsday right now. So
yeah, but none of them were in the picture.
well, that's because there's another that like they said in the post credit scene. There's
That's
another
gonna be
Avengers
confusing.
team.
Don't
where
even
they're
do
trying-
that.
Huh?
That's gonna be confusing. Don't even do that.
No,
You-
but there's
first off-
in the comics, there's multiple Avengers.
Yeah, there's multiple.
I
There's
think
the
Sam's
Avengers,
team-
then there's the new Avengers, the Mighty Avengers.
I think
Young
Sam's
Avengers,
team
the
is
dark-
going to be
Yeah.
either the Mighty Avengers or the West Coast Avengers.
The
And they're
the
gonna
Avengers
have-
with powers. Let's
Yeah.
just go with that.
They're going to have
The real Avengers.
Shang-Chi. They're going to have Captain Marvel. They're going to have Hulk probably.
But that's also annoying. I hate it when there's too many OP characters on a team because, like, why do we need all of you to show up?
well, we're having
Bro, but
one
it's like-
team who
Just one
actually
you show up.
knows what they're doing and also has a history, and then we have the corporate sponsor team. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
I get
There should be a ground team and there should be an OP team.
But
or
there's like
you can even use
this
them as
feels
the
like a
Dark
ground
Avengers.
team.
Actually, the
They
new
could
Avengers
be the Dark
essentially
Avengers, but
the new Avengers is essentially the Dark Avengers.
That would make sense.
Essentially.
That would make sense. But like with
that's what it should do.
with this, you said they should have one black person. What the fuck?
So they shouldn't.
Oh, okay. Are you
and she's
talking
like
about
half
Ghost?
black.
Huh?
Yeah.
You gonna treat them
No,
niggas like
Ghost,
Target?
Ghost is fine.
So now you have a team of like there's 3 super soldiers, one kind of weird bitch, and then one just
Who is the one kind of weird bitch?
Ghost,
Oh,
and then
okay.
one like flexible bitch. Like
She
like-
fine too.
she's fine. Look, fine ain't a superpower.
This
all
is a
right?
fine team. This is
fine
a sexy
bitches on-
team.
It depends on who you
This is
ask.
hold on. Let's time out
You
real
can
quick.
get it out of me.
What?
Fine is not a superpower.
That is. That is a
many
superpower.
I mean,
look,
Gambit.
Not a superpower.
look at Troy.
It's not a superpower.
No,
I think that
it's a
like,
fine team. This is a sexy team.
I just don't. I don't like that. Like, because I'm like, what they. You know how I am with power scaling, bro. If I know that you like,
That's why you hate Dragon Ball.
bro. I don't hate Dragon Ball, but
You hate it.
I don't hate it. I just want it in its place.
You gotta know. Damn. Know what it is.
God damn.
You gotta know what it is.
Wes, if you could put some red flags up, if you could put some red flags up when he says that,
I just
want it in its place, as he says to his significant other in the kitchen.
It belongs where it belongs, and it doesn't belong
Just if you-
where it
again,
doesn't belong.
Near the voting.
Red flags, red flags.
Just make sure my roast is ready.
Jesus Christ.
But okay.
I still haven't gotten pot roast. We were talking about this last week.
I'll get it for you.
So I'm curious to see
gonna
how
have Micah
that
make it?
ties in. So
That's what you just
it's
texted?
Fantastic Four the next
Tonio
one.
won't
Hold on. Go ahead.
Is Fantastic Four the next one?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, so I'm actually
It's the first movie.
It did make me excited to see that because that does set an important tone.
So if you think about it in the way of we had this conversation last time we talked about a big Marvel thing. They have the epilogue movie at the end of a phase. This was their epilogue movie. This is the thing that like ties up everything after the first bit. So the big thing was Sam getting the Avengers back together in New World Order.
He didn't get nobody back together.
I mean, he said he was going to.
Is that what I was gonna ask? Did he say anything about that in the
I don't
movie?
remember.
They had.
I mean, 'cause
I saw the post credit scene.
Thunderbolt,
yes, he's getting the team back.
Thunderbolt Ross did want him to do that.
So there was Thunderbolt said get the two Avengers back together, and then Brain Dude said something's coming. So alluding to
yeah.
The leader did say that someone like he heard, and that there's
yeah.
Might be the incursions.
So,
it's either the incursions or he's talking about
Yes.
one of the two.
Probably Doom.
that included Sam getting the team back together.
Hold on,
and
bro.
Then,
Hold on.
Yeah,
Hold on.
okay.
Hold
Yes.
on.
Yes. What's wrong?
What the fuck these niggas gonna do with Doom? A bitch that all she does
he
is
pulling
fucking
somebody's
wrestling
spine out.
moves.
That's what
she does the
Captain
same
Marvel's
things as
for.
Rey
That's
Mysterio.
what Captain Marvel. Valentina doesn't know about it. The Captain Marvel and Sam
Exactly.
and them know about
Yeah.
it.
We can't think about it.
So how
Sam
are these
knows
niggas
about
the
it.
Avengers?
We have
Why
two
are they
Avengers.
the Avengers? Just
Val-
call them the team.
She just did it.
Valentina- yeah,
she
for
was
her
doing it
own
to cover her
reasons.
ass, bro, so
That's
she don't go
it.
to prison.
Yeah.
That was
Yeah.
it. That
They
was
didn't want
literally
this.
the only-
They
She
didn't
did
even
it.
want it.
That was a
Yeah.
big Seinfeld.
She wanted them
moment.
dead. She wanted them dead.
She was
She
gonna
did.
kill them all.
But she was like, "Oh,
And
what's
Guardian
my- how's
just
my
got
way out
thrown
of
in
this?"
there.
Yeah.
Bob wasn't even supposed to wake up. Bob is supposed to be dead.
That would not have killed him though.
You don't
Yeah,
think
no,
so?
nothing would
Hell
kill him.
no.
No, that's exactly
You
why
can
he
tell.
came back.
You can tell they like
He
you
came
can,
back as the void.
without even knowing anything about the Century. Like you can tell just from the movie that nothing would kill this nigga. Like
Yeah.
why? Like he was probably supposed to be dead.
Yeah, it's
and
matter
they didn't-
manipulation, bro. He can't die.
Yeah, he can't die. Like
you don't want to die. He's not dying.
So
yeah,
yeah,
and we don't have anything that can kill him.
Something is gonna
Like,
kill him. Something is gonna kill him.
and then
Sorry. It is.
so
We
then
ain't seen this nigga get a scratch.
Probably Doom.
Probably something from out this universe.
I think it'd be Doom.
It will. If anyone's gonna do it, it's gonna be God Doom.
they're probably gonna be like,
Isn't Doom
He's
huge?
gonna get hulked.
No, that's
Doom
what Galactus.
bigger than a planet.
No, that's
that's
Galactus.
Oh, I'm thinking.
We're talking about
I
Doctor
think
Doom.
Sentry is what's gonna happen with Sentry is what happened in
I don't know. You
the
think of-
beginning of Infinity War. Like they're gonna seek Sentry out on whoever the big bad
Pull
is.
his spine out.
Whoever the
Yeah,
big
Send
bad
that nigga
is.
away from people.
And they gonna say, Sentry, juice it, and he gonna get his ass.
Yeah, that's what I
wrecked.
think. That's
He's gonna get fucked.
I think it was
up.
Benny or Santuan. One of them said it like they're gonna do the spine pull on the Sentry.
Yeah, I think
One
that
of
was
the Benny
Santuan.
or Santuan said
Not
it.
the Mortal Kombat.
Well,
Yeah,
no,
that's-
because
Get
in
over here.
the Secret Wars run,
I got
Thanos fucking steps to Doom, God Doom, and he was like, and no matter what universe we're in, I'm still Thanos. And God Doom was like, what does that mean to me? And he was like, you don't have the Infinity Gauntlet. He's like, I don't need it. And then he just shoves his hand in his chest, rips his spine and skull out, and he's like, apparently you did.
Oh, yeah.
And then he just crumbles. So I think Benny or Santuan, one of them said it. They're like, he's probably going to do that to the Sentry.
Yeah.
Because God Doom
Benny
is...
said
God Doom is God Doom for a reason. Go ahead, say it into the mic, motherfucker.
Progressive.
Little dick bitch.
Whoa. Jeez.
Progressive.
Anyway, so you gave it an 8 out of 10, 7.5 out of 10. Not bad, not bad.
Yeah, I just don't know what to expect.
Not bad.
I thought,
not even-
real quick, I thought the group hug on Bob at the end was the only way they could have ended that.
And
because
I loved it.
no one was beating him. Like you said, they're all fucking groundwork people. If you were to do like if you were to do like Marvel comics, these are
Just that
street
bitch.
level. These are street level characters. No one is beating this man in a fist fight.
Maybe Daredevil can.
I mean,
'cause
they
he can't
tried.
shoot.
But that's why Daredevil cannot. He's already in
Where
the
was
book.
he going to the void?
Where was Daredevil?
Where was Kingpin?
Where was Kingpin?
Spider-Man?
Where was Kingpin?
Where was Joe? Where was anybody? But anyway, no, that was the only logical way to beat him, of course. And like, I liked it in that moment when he was beating on the Void, because that's what the Void wanted, because he was giving in to
His darker side.
his darker side, and then that way the Void could overtake it. So like that group hug at the end, like Bob's whole thing was he's been alone his whole life. So like to me,
was on meth.
that made more sense. That was perfect.
Yeah,
because
I don't
the
hate,
only thing.
I say in here, I don't hate the power of friendship saving the day.
No, because
don't
that was literally all
Yeah.
they could
Yeah,
do.
that's
in
Very
this situation.
Guardians-esque. I like that.
It was
Yeah,
in a
yeah.
sense. It was in a
Yeah, that's a
sense.
good point, Lear.
But it's like the only thing that can like suppress the Void is Bob. That's Bob.
It takes it upon himself to suppress it. I didn't like when I give it a 7. I say it as in like I said, I say it with love. Like it's just a. It's just an okay movie.
I seen people complaining about how it ended. Like they were like, "Oh, like they should have."
No.
Like, how are you gonna fight him?
Like there's right, Howard.
That man is
like,
a walking
like, there's
fucking
nobody
nuke.
with no Wanda. The only person who could probably kill him is someone like Wanda, right?
But there would still be a battle because he can warp reality as well.
Yeah,
He's a reality
that would be a
warper.
lot of warping. So like again, so there was nothing.
I think that was part with like
Put him in
Keep going.
space.
it was weird too how quickly he got his powers. Like he managed his powers like that.
Well,
it wasn't clear.
I think they didn't really make it clear, but I think we talked about it.
They're
Afterwards,
the Void and Sentry
like
are
the-
two different people.
Yeah, Bob, the Sentry, and Void are all different.
But no, I'm saying as the Sentry. Like
Yeah, well,
this nigga went from not being able.
Yo,
to
when
do
he walked
anything-
down them steps and looked insecure as hell.
Here's what I
bro,
You guys,
he,
please?
He did a really good job.
That
of
shit was
playing
good.
that
like
actor,
a tweaker.
yeah.
Yeah.
Like he was like,
yeah. Oh
he,
yeah.
he did feel very awkward and very
Yeah, he did.
unsure of himself.
come
Yeah,
on,
he didn't
guys,
even
we
seem
see
like
niggas
confident
like that
in it.
every day.
But that what I will say like about that scene because I did think too because they showed the scene just before that he was like trying to get used to his powers, but I think once he saw that he has the capability of now I felt Bob very relatable. As Bob was doing as Bob was doing the shit and saying the shit and feeling the shit, and especially when he told Yelena, you know, this is just me. But sometimes I could have a really good day and feel very, very great. But there's also those other days where I'm feeling like that. And I felt that where once he realized what his potential was, like, oh, I can do that. And then Valentino was like, yes, and that's what you're destined to do. His ego or his pride took it. It was like, yeah, you know what? I really am the shit. Like when he was fighting the people, it seemed like he was still figuring his powers out. Like,
It did,
right
yeah.
when he did that, he seemed like, oh, I could do that. And then just like continue to do it and just like
Yeah.
let it go. I
And
feel like he was just trying to be confident, even though he wasn't, but just letting it take over.
And I agree with you that 110% because Valentina was giving that speech to them while he was in the room where she was like, he's better than all the Avengers combined.
Yeah.
And he brought that up. He said, like, you said I was better than them, and there's a God on the team. And if I'm better than a God, then I'm a God.
Yeah.
So, like, clearly he was thinking about that beforehand. So I think it did more so play a part in his confidence as well. Because, like,
Yeah.
once he just kind of, like, relaxed in that role and accepted it, that's when he became exactly what he needed to be.
My boy should not have dyed his hair.